people come. Always tickles me to death. So I'm going to give you some tips on helping your child at home. I've titled this How to Help Your Struggling Reader, but it can be to help any reader, so I'm glad you're here. So we'll go ahead and get started into the presentation. And when we are getting ready to give instruction to our students, the first thing we have to do is assess them. Now, it seems like that's all we're doing is assessing these days. But we have to start there, or we don't know what to do for those children. So I wanted to go over a little bit about what's being used in the school so you knew and you can understand what's going on. So the first thing we do for K2, and sir, what grade are your children in? First, and you've got a kindergartner. So for K2, we're using M-Class. So when you get, like on their report card, there's an area down there that says like TRC, text reading comprehension, there's nonsense word fluency, those kind of things. That all has to do with the M-Class assessment. And we're going to watch a little video real quick about what that's all about.
This slideshow is designed to help parents understand the reading assessment called M-Class that is by law given to students in grades kindergarten through 3rd grade in North Carolina. There are two parts to M-Class, TRC and DIBBLS. TRC stands for Text Reading Comprehension. In this assessment, children are asked to read a text selection and then answer questions both orally and written about what they just read. The text is leveled according to difficulty. DIBBLS stands for Dynamic Indicators of Basic Early Literacy Skills. Specific skills are checked individually using 1-minute assessments. Each grade has specific skills and goals. Goals grow higher throughout the year. This is a list of the assessments that are given, and the appropriate grade level is indicated. Benchmark assessments are given for DIBBLS and TRC at the beginning of the year, the middle of the year, and at the end of the year. Children are also progress monitored at a rate that is indicated by how they scored on assessment. This slideshow is designed to help parents understand the reading assessment called M-Class.
Not sure why it's starting again. We'll go back and look at that one right there. So this is the report that you should get home with your children. Plus it's on your also on the report card. And what it will show you is each one of the assessments that we do with those children. So in kindergarten there's certain assessments that they do, and then in 1st grade there's certain assessments they do. So this one is for a kindergarten student. So it has phonemic awareness and phonics. And so what they do for phonemic awareness is it's totally oral. The teacher is saying the word, and the child has to either give the first sound or all of the sounds in a word. So if I say the word cat, they would say k for the first sound, or k-at, depending on which assessment they're doing. And the little running person that you see there, this little running person's up in the green, that's where we want those children to be, up in the green. Underneath the colors there are numbers that shows where those cut points are. So if they are in the red area, if the little running person is in the red area, that means they have intensive need in that area, that they need to work on that intensively. And it will tell you, so if they are in the yellow area, they have some need there. And if they're in the blue, in the green area, that means they're doing okay. Now, if they're right here on the border of yellow and green, we want to make sure that we're still watching them really closely, because the goal's going to go up the next time. And if they're still here, even though they were in green there, they could fall back to yellow the next time. So we want to watch them real closely. And their number is up here above the little running person, so you'll be able to see where they fall. And this is a report that will tell you each piece of that for your child, specifically for your child. For the upper grades, and you'll be hearing about this, we're using Achieve 3000. And since you guys are lower grades, I'm not going to go into it in depth. This is an online platform that we're using this year. It's brand new. It's all nonfiction text. The students are assessed through this program online, and then it instructs them on their instructional level. So it'll give them a level that they're reading on, and then everything that those children receive is on that level. They have to read articles, and they have to answer questions, and then as they're doing that, as they get better with that, their level goes up. So it's constantly assessing them and moving them up or down appropriately as they need to go. So we're using it with some second graders that are ready for it, and on up to 5th grade. It's really not appropriate for our kindergarten and 1st grade. Kindergarten and 1st grade, though, you may be hearing about Smarty Ants at home. They love Smarty Ants. Smarty Ants is it's part of this company too, but it's really appropriate for our lower grades, and it really works on a lot of phonics skills, gives them, and it assesses those children and puts them on a level of where they need to be.